Maurice Beta, Helpful Trucker here. Welcome back to the channel. In this video, I'm going to talk about what you can expect as far as pay when you first come out of CDL school. This video was inspired by a post that I came across in a Facebook group that I'm a part of called New CDL Drivers. And so if you are in CDL school now, or you're about to come out of CDL school and you're looking around because you're curious about what kind of pay you could possibly look forward to get when you get out of CDL school, this video is for you. I'm going to talk about that in this video, and I'm going to read over this post, and I'm going to read over some of the comments for you as well. So make sure you watch this video all the way to the end. You're probably going to find it valuable. If you do, at some point, make sure you go down below and click the like button so that the algorithm will know that people are getting value from this video, and they'll share it with more people, and you'll be helping the channel. So with that being said, let's go right into it. This post, here's what it says. Hey guys, I'm in the CDL program in Miami, Florida. I got offers from Werner, 3 weeks out and 3 days home, 36 cents per mile average, about 2,500 miles a week. Anybody who worked for them, what can you tell me? Are they any good? How's the pay? Thanks. Now I want to read through a couple of these comments for you to let you know what some of the people that chimed in on this think about what he's asking, and then I'll kind of give you my 2 cents on it as well, to kind of give you an idea of what you need to be looking at and what you can possibly expect as far as getting paid when you get out of CDL school. So let me just scroll through and find a couple of comments here. The first one says, I've been here. Actually, the first comment is from somebody that's with Werner right now. I've been here almost a year, did a month OTR, then got on a dedicated account making 45 cents per mile. I haven't had any complaints with them. The author of the post responded, can I inbox you? And the gentleman responded back, absolutely. So I don't know where that conversation went to. Let me scroll down some more. Here's another comment. Don't go with them for 36 cents. For 36. That's SHIT pay. His response was, I know, but I'll be coming fresh out of CDL school. I have no experience. The person responds back with, you could still find companies paying at least 45 out of school. I'd say try to find one at least 50 cents per mile. Now, if you're watching this and you have some experience or some feedback in regards to some of these figures that these guys are quoting, definitely go down below and leave it in the comments. I would like to know what you think as far as these comments. This gentleman is asking about how does 36 cents per mile sound fresh out of CDL school, and Jeff Bishop here says to him that you should hold out, not hold out, but you can find companies that are paying 45 cents a mile, at least 50 cents. He said he would try to find one at least 50 cents a mile. Now, I'm going to give my comments on that in just 1 second, but I'm going to keep on going to read some more of these comments. Somebody else commented, hell no, WTF is 36 cents a mile. The author of the post responds back, I hear you, G. I'll be coming out of CDL school with no experience. Got to start somewhere. And I do understand that. When you're first coming out of CDL school, it's almost like beggars can't be choosers at that point. You got to go with what's available to you. The person responded back with, go straight to the Russians. They'll start you out with 50. I don't know what that means. I have no idea what that means. Get your feet wet, my man. Then you will be swimming pretty soon. So this gentleman is telling him, it sounds like he's saying, go ahead with it, and more opportunity will open up to you in the future. Here's another one. Bro, the people that's saying, forget 36 cents, don't listen to them. What works for somebody else might not work for you. I totally agree. You get your feet wet and some experience, and once you feel comfortable, then venture out. Here's another comment. Don't listen to people who tell you 36 cents is sugar honey iced tea. You got to start somewhere. You get your experience. Most of the people saying don't go there for 36 cents have been in the game for a bit and have experience, and I would totally agree with that. Do your year, get your experience, then find somewhere with more pay if you want. Somebody responded back with, hey, just because he got caught up staying 10 months with the company making 36 cents, you don't have to. I came into the game making 40 cents. Russians, I don't know what he mean by that Russians thing. Just go to Indeed and look for jobs in Chicago or Cali. They'll call you fast, and they'll be the ones you looking to hire. I get it. Trust me, I'm ready. I'm getting ready to haul propane local for $1,400 a week in a B truck to be home local. I don't really know This is the same guy that's okay. This is the person that commented back. This is the person that told him don't listen to these people saying 36 cents is no good. He told him, he said, I get it, trust me. I'm getting ready to haul propane local for $1,400 a week in a B truck to be home local. But again, that's coming from somebody that has experience. So that's kind of irrelevant to the post. Here's someone else. Wilson's Logistics will start you at $600 a week for 10,000 miles. Then $700 a week when you get to 20,000 miles. Then at 44 cents a mile once you complete your training and get your own truck. It ends up to 44 a mile plus up to 5 cents a mile for a fuel incentive. So to break down what he's saying, he said Wilson's Logistics will start him at $600 a week for 10 once he gets to 10,000 miles. So 2,500 miles a week, that's about 5 weeks at $600 a week. And then he can go up to $700 a week for about another 5 weeks. So within about 10, according to what Charlie is saying, within about 10 weeks, within about 2.5 months, he can be at 44 cents a mile. But what is not being said is how many miles he can get, right? He's saying that at Werner, he can look forward to getting 2,500 miles a week. And that's relevant because, I mean, if this company is giving him incremental raises based on the miles that he's getting, the next logical question will be, well, how many miles can I expect to get? If it's 2,500, okay, that's one thing. But if it's not 2,500, then that's something totally different. So that is most certainly relevant. And you need to understand that when you're looking around at pay from company to company, because you want to be comparing apples to apples, okay? You definitely want to be comparing apples to apples. Here's somebody else that says hold out for at least 2,500 at 40 cents. Good luck. The next person commented, I'm making 40 cents a mile plus 66 a day per diem straight out of CDL school. Run how I want and home by lunch Friday every weekend. That's interesting. He said somebody asked him what company is he with. The gentleman responded, he's with Wiley Sanders. Anybody ever heard of Wiley Sanders out there if you watching this video? And then he says, I'm debating on going to McElroy. So again, man, all of it, everything is relative. Everything is relative, right? How many miles you're going to be getting? I guess, how much home time an individual wants to have. All of that's relevant. And at the end of the day, it all boils down to how much is going to be on your check at the end of the week. That's what it really all boils down to. And to really understand that, you need to be looking at all of that, not just what it pays by the mile or just how many miles you can get or when you can get. You got to be looking at all of that good stuff because, again, at the end of the day, it's really about how much it boils down to and how much it puts in your check. And when you're talking to the companies that you're looking at doing this stuff with, if you don't understand that, don't hesitate to ask them questions about it. Don't hesitate to let them know, well, look, man, I'm trying to break this down to really understand exactly the figures that you're giving me so I can compare this to what other companies are offering me. So if you need to ask questions, definitely don't hesitate to ask questions about the pay. The worst thing you can do is get into some sort of contract with the company that you can't just get out of that easy, that is not to your liking or is not to your benefit. That's the worst thing you can do. Somebody else is commenting, I'm at 50 cents a mile loaded or empty, $66 a day per diem. Some loads have a minimum payout. Took a load of sheetrock 14 miles, paid me $75 plus the $77 I ran back empty. So $82 for maybe an hour of work. Then grabbed another load and ran it to Myrtle Beach on the same day. But I don't know where he's coming from, so I don't know how many miles that Myrtle Beach load was. Again, 50 cents a mile is good, but it ain't that good if you ain't getting the miles that you want. All depends on what you want to do. There are a lot of starter companies out there that will hire you with 36 cents a mile at 2,500 is only $900 a week. My first week's check was over $1,000. My second was $1,100. I ran 1,900 miles my first week and less than that my second week. And that's bring home, not gross. The author of the post commented back, what are some better starter companies? The gentleman commented back, depends what you want to do, dry van, reefer, flatbed. So again, he gave him some advice. He gave him some figures as far as what he was doing. But again, it's not really relevant if I can't compare apples to apples. He told them, there are a lot of companies out here that'll start you at 36 cents a mile, 2,500 that'll start you at that rate, and at that rate, that's only $900 a week. That's what he's telling them. And then he comes back with his first week's check was over $1,000. His second week was 1,100, and he ran 1,900 miles his first week, and less than that his second week. So he's obviously saying that he's getting a lot more than 36 cents a mile. But who knows if that's somewhere that this guy, the initial author of the post, can get on with straight out of CDL school. Something that you got to remember. I want to stop right here just for a second. I'm going to read a few more of these comments. 36 cents is sugar honey iced tea, dude. I was making 44 4 months in now. I'm making 200 a day local. The author of the post commented back, did you read what I posted? I know that's sugar honey iced tea. I also said I'll be coming fresh out of CDL school. Of course, when I get experience, I'll move on. The gentleman commented back, pretty sure you could find 40 somewhere. So there's people on here urging him to, and I'm gonna stop right there because I think that's enough. That's enough comments, right? I want to give my 2 cents in this video. There's people on here that's telling him that he should hold out for 5 to 10 cents more. Okay. So let's do the math on that real quick, right? At 36 cents a mile, 2,500 miles is $900. Now let me go to my calculator app real quick. At 2,500 miles at 40 cents a mile. At 40 cents a mile, it's $1,000. So at 36 cents a mile, it's $900, and at 40 cents a mile is $1,000. So you need to, I want you to, if you're looking at this video, I want you to think about this, because if you're looking at this video still to this point, then obviously you are curious. You're really digging into what kind of pay you can expect, and you may be a little bit confused about all these figures that people are throwing at you, right? So people are suggesting that he hold out for 4 more cents. Right. And some people said a few cents more, but it's at the end of the day, again, it's an extra $100 by the week. It's an extra $400 a month, and probably less than that after tax. Not probably, but it's going to be less than that after taxes. So here's a point. If you can afford to hold out to get 40 cents per mile, right, and you think you can get it, it may be worth it. But this is what trucking is personal. Trucking is very, very personal. It's very versatile, and there are a lot of ways that you can go about trucking. And because of that, a lot of people will tell you, and I'll tell you the same exact thing, a lot of it has to do with what you prefer in your own personal situation. If you're fresh out of CDL school and you need to get started working, I really don't think holding out for 4 or 5 cents extra per mile, or even 10 cents a mile, that might not be your best option. At that point, you're really counting pennies. The bottom line, when you first get started in trucking, it's going to be tough, and you're going to start out on the bottom. You're going to start out, typically, generally speaking, with low pay to get your miles up. The best companies that offer the best pay are looking for good drivers. Okay, the good drivers are looking to go with the companies that offer the best pay. So for you to think that you're going to come out with no experience and find your way into a job that offers great pay as a new CDL driver is it could happen, but it's unlikely. And the reason being is because the good jobs are being filled by good drivers that are being filled by experienced drivers. Experienced drivers aren't looking for crap jobs. They're looking for the good jobs. And so, again, it's all a personal preference, and it has a lot to do with what you're looking to do and what's available to you in your area. And I think somebody said this, everything that's available to everyone is not available to you. That's just the bottom line. Some people will offer you advice as far as numbers or pay as if just because they found their way to that point, it means everybody can find their way to that point. And that is not the case. People do that when it comes to new drivers coming into the industry, and people do that as far as owner operators as well. They will hear, owner operators are sitting around talking about, pay and loads, and one driver will tell another driver, man, that's not any money that y'all making over there, or that's not no money with those loads over there. But little do but that may work perfectly for that individual based on his own personal situation. Again, at the end of the day, it is about how much is in your check. Some people might not want to run as hard as others. Some people may not want to put as much pressure and stress and miles and weight on their truck as others. Some people may not mind being out as long as others. Some people might not, it's so many different factors. And so what my point is, you need to be careful when you are getting advice and guidance from others as far as what you should expect, because again, you need to understand that just because one individual is doing something or making something in the trucking business doesn't mean that that's gonna work for you. And so again, to hold out, that may be good to hold out for a few cents extra if you're coming out straight out of CDL school looking to get the best pay. If you can afford to wait, if you can afford to hold out, if you got an inside connect somewhere that's telling you, look, man, in 3 months, we're going to be bringing people on and this is the pay. Maybe, those are all special circumstances, but that's not the general circumstance, right? Most of the time when people are first coming out of CDL school, again, you're looking for somewhere that has a local terminal not too far from you so you can go and work out of that place. And again, you're looking at everything. You're looking at everything. You're looking at how many miles potentially you're going to be able to get. You're looking at when you can get raises and promotions. You might not be that eager to get away from a company that starts you off with lower pay. But when you look around, you see that they have a program that has allowed them to retain drivers long term. That makes a difference. You go to a company and you hear that they're paying a lot more than other companies, but you don't see any long-term drivers there. That is an indication of what's going on with that company. Now, me, myself, I've always been in the truck that I'm in right now. Okay. So I don't have much personal experience with going out and getting a job working for someone else. But I can tell you that from my own experience, just hearing the different numbers, I've heard of companies starting drivers after having 6 months of experience at 36 cents per mile. And then after 6 months, moving them up to 40 cents a mile. And then after maybe another 6 months, moving them up, another 5 or 8 cents per mile or something to that effect. But the point is, your first year, 6 months, year, 2 years, you probably not gonna be making that much. And again, it's a personal thing. So, before you decide to hold out for more pay, again, first thing you need to do is you need to understand the pay that you're being offered, all aspects of it. What expenses are going to be coming out of that $900 that he's going to be seeing at Werner while he's 3 weeks out and 3 days in at that 36 cents per mile. We know taxes are going to be coming out of the 900, but what else is going to be coming out of there? And again, you need to know this stuff because you want to be comparing apples to apples. Because again, the last thing you want to do is lock yourself into something that's not beneficial for you. So I just wanted to give you guys this video to give you some idea of the numbers that you would potentially be looking at coming straight out of CDL school. In this situation, going with a company like Werner, right? I know a lot of you guys I've seen a lot of questions online asking about companies like Werner, right? Like Prime, like Schneider, coming straight out of CDL school. So again, hope this video was helpful. Hope some of the numbers that I threw out at you gave you some perspective as far as the numbers that you're hearing in your own personal situation that you can get when you get out on the road and find a job. I hope that kind of gives you some perspective. I don't want to tell anyone that what they're hearing is low or high, but I do feel more comfortable in letting you hear the numbers that I'm hearing so that you can gauge what you're hearing by what I'm hearing and decide for yourself whether what you're hearing is best for you. And remember, it's not just all about the miles and the pay per mile. It's about the advancement opportunities. It's about long term. It's about a lot of stuff other than that. So make sure you're looking at all of those different points before you decide what company to go with when you first come out of CDL school. So this is Maurice Bay. Again, I hope you guys got some value from the video. If you did, don't forget to go down below and click the like button and consider subscribing to the channel if you don't want to miss any of my future helpful trucker videos. Peace out.